Hello and welcome back to the MC Championship video. This is just a quick short update video because yesterday the MCC Twitter announced all the games that would be featured in the Decision Dome dial this weekend for MCC 25. So let's talk about it. Just remember that only a small percentage of the people who watch our videos are actually subscribed, so make sure to consider hitting the red button. For now, let's dive into which games we will see this Saturday, the 24th of September at 8 PM BST for MCC 25. Okay, so on screen right now is the graphic that the MCC Twitter revealed at 4:30 PM BST on Wednesday 21st September for the MCC 25 event, which at the time of this announcement would have been in 3 days time. However, as of uploading this video, it's only 2 days before the event. As usual, for each game, the name of the game is displayed as well as a blurred screenshot of the map that will be used for that game. This time there are 9 games. But focusing on the standard 12 games we've seen for Season 2 events, you'll notice that 3 of them are absent, destined not to be played for this event. These are Build Mod, Rocket Speed Rush, and Sky Battle. Indeed, it's interesting to see one game from each category get benched out of PvP, movement, and team-based games. A similar thing happened with MCC 23. Build Mod has been rotated out for the first time in Season 2. Rocket Speed Rush has also gone for the first time since its debut in MCC 20, and Sky Battle was recently benched in MCC 22, as well as the non-canon Pride 22 event the month after. This is to allow other games to be played while still having 9 games in total, but of course, in the end, only 8 of these will get played and unfortunately, 1 will get skipped entirely. Now let's take a look at each game on the graphic and see if that gives us any more information. We'll start with the top left and work our way down. Rather than show you the original image, this time I'll offer a slightly adjusted image with some unblurring and color correction to improve image quality. First up, to get your other side and whack a fan, or TGTTOSAWAF. Important to note that while the image here is for only one of the maps, in the event there are actually 6 rounds on 6 different maps. The image here shows the shallow lava map introduced last September actually, back in MCC 17. Players must jump across 1 block deep lava lakes by placing blocks below them as they run and jump. Now we have Battle Box on a brand new map. In some ways you could compare this map to the first ever Battle Box map called Classic. Both have a massive pool of lava at the bottom to burn any fallen players. With this map there are 4 wooden platforms extending from each corner of the map, and to access the 3x3 area of wall requires a simple but dangerous hop from a platform. A few signs of greenery are scattered around the image too. Let's move to Grid Runners, and like the previous few games graphics, the exact same image is used. They must have reused the image here. It shows the finish line, which has never changed, and since it doesn't show any of the 8 rooms that will be used, this is pretty useless to us. But I reckon that despite this, there will be at least 1 new puzzle room added for MCC 25 as usual. As we saw in MCC 23, the parkour layout in the final stretch of the course could change, but we can't see this. Up next, Meltdown, the newest game in the Decision Dome introduced in MCC 22. Like with Grid Runners, the same image is used as was found in previous games graphics, so we can't see anything different compared to the previous 3 times it's been played. This part of the map shown here features a blue color scheme with boxes which players can hide in or run through, as well as elevation via stairs which you can make out near the middle of the image. Going across to Parkour Tag on the Plaza map, first played in MCC All-Stars last year, and since then was only played one other time at the start of MCC 20. The image here zooms in on the center of the map. On the left, a tall white building with 3 main entrances/exits for players to run through, and on the right, it's basically impossible to see the ice speed boost pad, but it is definitely there behind the grey wall. Also, there's a narrow ledge which isn't on the image, but the ledge should start to the right of the orange and yellow wall, which you can see in the top right. Let's take a look at survival games on the World of Cars Forest map, played in MCCs 15 and 17 alongside a Halloween cosmetic overhaul for MCC 18, therefore a fairly fresh map having only been played 3 times. While it may look as though the image shows the spawn area, it actually just shows us an area of forest somewhere in the map. There are dirt paths marked out on the ground to the left. There's also quite conveniently a chest airdrop indicated by an orange beacon. Now we have Ace Race. The image shows the Turtle Run map introduced in MCC 23, which has 9 checkpoints each lap and a total of 4 laps, with improved mechanics and bug fixes also incorporated for the first time on the map. Just like the previous 2 games graphics for MCCs 23 and 24, the image displays a waterfall on the left and a red jump boost pad. Once again, no visible design changes. The penultimate game is Hole in the Wall, which seems to have received a huge overhaul. Everything we see in the image here looks so fresh, like the blue north and yellow east walls, which now have shiny color gradients running down each letter. For example, you can see some of the letter N to the left. At the top of the letter it starts with an aqua shade, then about halfway down the letter turns dark blue. But the main change has to be the new platform which players stand on. It's unlike anything we've seen in MCC events or even on the MCC Island server. To me it resembles a helipad. You've got mini white platforms arranged in pairs and held up by even smaller black platforms which run perpendicular to the white ones. Finally, let's discuss Sands of Time, using the Season 2 version introduced in MCC 15 as a massive upgrade in terms of number of features compared to its Season 1 counterpart. The image here is 100% displaying the hub where players spawn into and where they begin the game, with the massive sand time on the right of the image and the less useful Sphinx on the left. Like Grid Runners and Meltdown, the same image is used here from previous game graphics. The last thing to say about these images is that we will be told in advance of the event about each game and its changes in the MCC 25 update video, which is always released the day before the event on the Noxcrew YouTube channel. I'll link this this channel and the original games announcement graphic down below in the description. Well, I've been your host. I hope you found this video informative and enjoyable, and I'll catch you all in the next MCC video. Oh, and don't forget to watch MCC 25 this Saturday. See ya!